guys, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, thanks for tuning in. I am so excited to do this video. I'm so excited that this is in collaboration with Kyla Fish. I love Kyla so much. She is one of my great YouTuber friends on here, and I think we've been able to make a really good connection, and just I love her. She's amazing. I watch all her videos, and like honestly, I watch her videos sometimes and I'm like, why didn't I think about that? Like, she makes a lot of really good points on just like brands, makeup, just things in general. I love hearing other people's perspectives, and she does that. She fills that part of it for me. Anyways, today we are going to be talking about brands that fell off in the beauty industry. And there are quite a few of them. But I'm gonna be talking about drugstore brands. Kyla's gonna be talking about more high-end brands. So if you guys want to see her version, make sure to check out her channel after you watch my video. But I'm gonna leave her video in the description box below so you guys can check it out. I wanted to take a second to introduce you guys to Kyla, so I have a little clip from her, and I'm gonna put that in right here.
I'm like super nervous for this. I don't know why. Hello to Lindsay's lovely channel. My name is Kyla. I am a YouTuber, obviously, here on YouTube. And I do videos. I talk about makeup, project panning. I do a lot of declutters actually, reviews of products, and in all of my videos you get to see my Frenchie who's passed out back there. But I am super excited to be collabing with Lindsay. She is one of the most beautiful humans inside and out. She's just incredibly talented, and I'm so excited for this video. So I would love if you would head over to my channel, but make sure you watch her video because she's probably 10 times more interesting than me. Love you, Lindsay. I don't know what to say. I'm so awkward.
Thank you again so much to Kyla for collabing with me. I'm so excited to do this video with her. And you guys really should go check her out. She is a beast. She puts out so much content, as she also does some similar videos to me, which you just heard her say. But yeah, you should definitely check her out. She's awesome. Let's talk about some brands that fell off. Let me just put a quick disclaimer out there. If I talk about a brand that you use, please don't be offended by it. I'm not saying that these brands are bad. I'm just saying that they are not really hyped up as they used to be. And I'm sure that these brands also have products that I even still use. I just don't want you guys to feel like I'm like shitting on these brands, because like that's not what I'm doing. I'm just saying that like they're just not at their peak anymore. You know, like they're not as loved as they used to be. Not that they're not loved, they just kind of fell down some notches, you know? They used to be here, now they're here, you know? The first one I want to talk about is NYX, NYX, whatever you say. I say NYX. What's going on? I feel like I don't ever see anything from this brand anymore. And you know why I wanted to talk about them is because, you know, back in like 2016 kind of times for YouTube, NYX was huge. They had the NYX Face Awards, and this was like such a big part of the beauty community. Like everybody watched the NYX Face Awards. People like tried to enter into them. It was this really cool competition. And I don't even know if they still do it anymore, but I mean, obviously because of COVID, they probably didn't do it this year, but I haven't heard about them in a couple years. And they used to be like such a brand that people sought after and wanted to like get into the NYX Face Awards. And then, you know, so people used a lot of their products and stuff, and they had a lot of good like products. But now I feel like I haven't seen anything new from them in so long, like so long. The last thing I can remember from them that was maybe popular was like the lingerie lip products, and that was a while ago. I don't know, have they came out with new stuff? I'm not really sure, but I haven't heard about them at all, and nobody talks about them. I feel like they, like when you go into an Ulta or something and you see the selection, it's always exactly the same, which for some things I guess is good because you have those certain like staple products. Like I actually really like their Vivid liners. I mean, I wouldn't say really like, I have some now that I like more than those, but they're definitely one that you can rely on, like when you're there, like, oh, okay, they got the Vivid liners, I'm gonna go get these, you know, if you need it for some reason. But I do really feel like they fell off so hard because they just used to be talked about so much on YouTube, and now people never, ever talk about NYX. I don't know what happened to them. What's going on? Low-key, I kind of feel like their biggest competition is like ColourPop, you know? Like, I would not be surprised if ColourPop was a huge reason why NYX fell off, because ColourPop has a very competitive price, just like NYX does, and they have so many fresh ideas and just so much new makeup that like it's hard to ignore it. And NYX just hasn't like stepped up and tried to like stay in the game. Like, I feel like they kind of already did it all, and like they're known for basically affordable professional type makeup, and they have their entire line, and like these days it's not enough to just have your entire line. Like, you have to kind of keep coming out with new stuff, you know? So I feel like maybe that's where they're lacking. They just don't come out with new stuff anymore, and they're just coasting, you know? Can't coast in this industry. You can't coast in this industry. Words are hard. Okay, I want to talk about a couple of other ones that are kind of like all the same to me. And the reason why I want to talk about all these as a group is because I just have a like one overall point that I want to make, and that is Revlon, Rimmel, Neutrogena. Is there anyone else? Those are like the main ones, I think. From my point of view, those are the main ones. I feel like all of these kind of fell off because, again, like so before online retailers and makeup kind of popped off here in the last like four years or so, when you got drugstore makeup, you went to a literal drugstore, right? CVS, Walgreens, all those places, Rite Aid. So you really only had what was available to you at those drugstores, and these brands are the ones that were in there. So that's what everybody used, right? Makes sense. But now we have all these online retailers, and the game is just so much bigger, and everybody does online shopping now. Like, these brands that are in the drugstores, nobody's going to the actual drugstore anymore to buy their makeup. I mean, some people are, like, don't get me wrong, I would go drugstore shopping still, but most of the time if I'm looking for something, we're going to Ulta, you're going to Sephora, you're going online. Like, nobody really goes to the drugstore for their makeup anymore. So these brands that are like drugstore staple brands that people have always known them as like the main drugstore brands, I feel like these have fallen off because nobody talks about them anymore. They don't do anything revolutionary. They just kind of rely on the drugstores themselves. Like, people who aren't on like social media and stuff, don't care about all that. They just need some really basic makeup to get them through. They're still shopping at the drugstores, but I still feel like these brands fell off because there's just so much more competition out there. Like, when I say coasting, these brands are also very coasting, you know? Like, they're making their money and they're doing aight, but they ain't doing anything special, you know? Like, they're not standing out in the crowd at all. So like all of those brands to me are like definitely irrelevant. I don't know, in my world they're irrelevant, not in some other people's worlds, but in mine I'm just like, y'all fell off. Okay, so the next few ones are definitely like, from my perspective, like these are very much my opinion, and I feel like a lot of people would probably disagree with them falling off, but from my point of view, these are brands that I feel like fell off for me. And one of them is Physicians Formula. And I definitely think that Physicians Formula has that thing where, like I was just saying with those, you know, the other drugstore brands, where they are one of the big brands in like those main drugstores that are kind of like coasting. But I do feel like Physicians Formula is like a one step ahead of that. But for me, I feel like they still kind of fell off because I haven't seen anything unique from Physicians Formula in years. Like, I feel like I say like so many times, I'm so sorry. I feel that ever since they came out with Butter Bronzer, they are doing that thing. Is there a word for this? Because I've been talking about this kind of a lot in my videos. They're doing that thing where they get a hit product and they rely on it for everything. And it's driving me crazy. I'm really annoyed if I see one more face palette with butter bronzer on it with like the other like face products that they just is always the same stuff. I could scream. I hate when brands, I hate just people in general who make money off of one thing and they're like, ooh, we should keep it going. No, stop. It was great. Let it be. Let it be, okay? People do this with movies and TV shows and it just makes things worse. And Physicians Formula is one of those, okay? I don't want to hear about butter bronzer anymore, and I feel like this whole brand has just fallen off for me because that's all I literally can't think of anything else from Physicians Formula besides that. What are they doing? I don't know. Oh my gosh. You know, I just thought of one, and this is also another personal one, and it definitely could be situational, but hard candy. Oh my gosh. When I was younger, like high school time, hard candy was so cute. You know, you go to Walmart, you see hard candy. Oh, this cute little stuff. Oh, hard candy used to be so cute to me. Definitely before all the makeup improved, like definitely before those times, and I feel like they haven't quite, you know, caught up with those times. So that's why they fall off for me, is definitely, I mean, but also, I don't live anywhere near what I would ever be able to get hard candy. So it just could be just because I don't have access to it. But I definitely feel like it's, I mean, I don't hear people talk about hard candy at all. Like, I don't think they really necessarily did anything, but they're definitely like a cheap Walmart brand. Like, you think cheap quality, you know, but they had some really good nail polishes. I don't even know why I'm talking about them. I just thought about how like I used to really like them and now I don't use them. So they kind of fell off for me. Okay, this next one is very recent fillings for me. If you guys saw my anti-haul last week, I'll put it up in the eye card if you want to see it. But if you guys saw my anti-haul last week, I talked about Revolution, and this one is definitely one that I'm considering is falling. It's currently falling off because people are fed up with them copying people. And I'm fed up with them copying people. So I'm just gonna say they fell off because they just went too far. Okay, I'm so tired of these brands. Okay, I'm not even, okay, what? So I've changed like to being okay. I just said, okay. I'm just so tired of hearing brands copy people, but especially Revolution, because they are notorious for just duping high-end products to make them more affordable, which to an extent, cool, I get it. It makes it more accessible to people, but when you're doing it to people who are like indie brands and people who like honestly can't afford you taking that away from them, like that's not cool. Like, you need to just stick to your own stuff. Okay, the thing that just makes me so annoyed about Revolution is that they have good products. Like, they have good stuff. And like, it makes me just not want to talk about them because they copy off of people and I take it really personal, okay? If you guys don't know about any of the things that Revolution has done, there's been a couple that have been really popular in the makeup news lately, and that is Manny MUA, his brand Lunar Beauty. There was a highlighter packaging, I'll put a picture here, that was completely 100% copied by Revolution because it was like a totally unique design to Lunar Beauty, and somehow they ended up getting the same mold, and it was a whole thing. Manny has a whole video on it if you guys are interested. And then they also did candles lately that everybody is highly speculating that were pretty much copied off of Jackie Aina's new candle brand. And I went back and looked at the pictures now, and like, they don't look exactly the same, but they have this exact same vibes. And they only put it out like after Jackie Aina came out with everything. So it's like kind of still really obvious. Like, you're just doing this because, you know, hello, she did it. I mean, they copy so many more brands than that. I mean, Too Faced is a big one that they copy. Like, they copy a lot of Too Faced stuff, which I don't really care about because I don't really care for Too Faced. But it's still, the whole concept of it is that they just copy people a lot. And it's just sad because they have really good products that are their own and that they don't need to copy. That's the thing, is that I just don't understand. Like, why do you have to do that? And they come out with so many products. Like, they come out with so many products that if they were just stop the copying, they would still have plenty of, like, so many products. There would be so many products to choose from still. So I just don't understand the point of it at all. Maybe maybe they're just trying to create controversy to get people to talk about it more, because that is a big thing that people do now is just to get people to talk about them. It's so sad. It is so sad. But it really does work. It really does get people talking about brands more. So maybe that's just part of their strategy, but I'm not here for it. And trust me, they have fallen off of my book right now. I'm not happy with them. That one is a very personal one. Very personal. I mean, it sucks because I want to still use their makeup, and I probably will use, I mean, obviously I'm going to use the makeup that I have from them, but I feel like they fell off, or they should fall off until they learn their lesson, because I'm tired of it. Who do I think I am? I just thought about one other point about Physicians Formula that the reason why I feel like they fall off is because they also have a really, really terrible shade range. They don't release hardly anything that's great for anything deeper than like medium skin tones. They really never come out with anything for deep skin tones. I don't think I ever seen anything from them that is deep. So that's definitely a huge reason why they fell off. Okay guys, I think honestly that's all I have for you. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, this is actually a little bit difficult to do because even though I feel like these brands aren't at their top, the beauty industry is so like fluid. Is that the right word? It's always changing. A brand can really like come out with something and come out on top again. Like it's so easy for things to change, and things change so quickly. So it was kind of hard for me to say like, oh, these brands fell off, like, because I feel like everybody can turn things around. Almost everybody. And honestly, I don't feel like there's that many brands out there that really fell off that hard. In the drugstore, at least. In doing this, I've realized that like it's a lot easier for me and my brain to come up with higher end brands that have done things. But I think that's also due to the fact that there's a microscope over brands that you pay more money for, you know? It's a greater loss. It's more of a bigger loss to people, you know? So I'm really interested to see what Kyla comes up with, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's been something that I've wanted to talk about for a while, and when me and Kyla decided to collab together, this was an idea. I'm glad that we were able to do it together, because if anybody is a good person to do this kind of thing with, it's her, because she is really active in looking at how brands act as a whole. Like she's so much better at that than me, like so much better. So I really hope that you guys consider going over and checking her video out, because I'm sure she's gonna have some really great points that she's gonna make that are really valid and really important messages too. So I'm super excited to see her video. Make sure you guys go check her out, subscribe to her, like her video, all of that. Also, if you have any brands that you think fell off, I would love to talk about this with you guys in the comments. So leave them down below. Let me know what you think about, if there's any points that you think that I missed, because I'm sure there are. Or if you think you have a reason as to why maybe these brands aren't doing so well, because I really value other people's perspectives on things. So I would love to hear what you guys have to say. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys are enjoying Lovemas. I'm enjoying making these videos. It is so much fun to film all these videos. The work behind it, a lot. Pretty stressful. But overall, I'm pretty happy with everything, and I hope you guys are too. Thank you guys so much for watching and hanging out with me. And that's all I have to say. I'm gonna ramble if I don't stop now. So thank you. I hope to see you guys tomorrow. Goodbye.